All right, what's up, everybody? We are live. It is the Tuesday show. I think it's Tuesday. I'm with Peter Miller, Condition Nutrition. We're gonna talk all things 1173. Pete, how are you doing? Thanks for joining me.
I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. It's just another Tuesday afternoon in Bangkok, living the dream.
Beautiful Tuesday over in Tonglo, I bet.
So, well, yeah, I can see the old English from my window.
Our favorite watering hole. Yes, I look forward to heading back there. I don't know when. I'll be there. I'm not sure I'm going to be there for fight night 37 actually, which is it next week? Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, as it stands, I don't think I'll be there because I am, yes, well documented new father. Really struggling here, guys. I'm half asleep. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm still in my dressing gown. Woke up about midday, but I wanted to jump on and chat because Pete, yeah, we're heading to Tokyo not long after that, the following
Yeah,
week,
I'm going
and
the
yeah,
next day. Yeah, after the fights.
yeah, I'm about to book my flight today, I think, and get everything squared away. And perfect timing because they've just announced two new matchups for this show. So we will discuss those. I will also have a little update on Friday fights this week, which was in danger of being cancelled. I don't know how serious the danger was, but there were discussions, I know, because of the passing of the Queen Mother in Thailand. There is obviously a period of national mourning now, so there was consideration given to perhaps cancelling the show, but it is going to go ahead. That is essentially the update in a nutshell. So we'll discuss that further, and I think that's it. There's any other news updates I will also get into. Let us know how you're all doing in the chat, though. I had some technical difficulties setting this one up, so I don't know if I've set up multiple streams. And apologies if I have, but it was being a little difficult with me today, Pete. I was trying to make a nice thumbnail for it as well. I don't know if you've seen it. I got a picture of your face on the thumbnail.
Can't see. I don't know. I don't even see where did you put it. Where did you put it up?
Oh, it'll be on YouTube. You have a look later, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I'm changing over to Canva for my graphic design from Adobe. After years of Adobe, I'm now joining the Canva revolution. So
That's what I'm on Canva. That's why I do
yeah,
mine on.
I'm I'm loving it. But every time I make something new, it takes me an hour or something because I'm getting used to it. That's
Once you get the hang
difficult.
of it all like the shades and all that, I was the same. I used Canva for ages, and then I went off Canva. I wasn't doing like them type of posts for a while. I was into me reels. Now I've gone back to Canva again. So yeah, I'm the same. Trying to like tweak it around and colors
Yeah, I
and all
think
that.
once I get my templates sorted, it will all be okay. But yeah, I'm experimenting, guys, at the moment. So bear with me. And then the file was too large, so StreamYard did not like that, so I couldn't even set the stream up. And yeah, maybe I'll have to change streaming platforms too. Who knows? But thanks for joining us. If you are, I know it's a strange time. We wanted to go a bit earlier, but yeah, I'm waking up really late, and it's a bit difficult. I don't know what time I can do these normally because usually I do a bunch of work after I wake up, then I go gym, then I come back and have dinner, and then I'm just dead, and I've got no energy to do the live stream. So we're doing it now. Pete's very graciously joining me in the early afternoon of Bangkok. But hello, NG. Thanks for watching. The magic nutritional man himself is here. Yes, Peter Miller.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will just get the updates out of the way. The new fights I wanted to discuss. I don't think they involve you, Pete, but I'll get your thoughts on it. Two more MMA fights announced over the last 24 hours, bolstering an already monstrous card. Yes, now we have, where is it? Probably low down. Yes, I think they will be early on. Oh, they haven't even added it to the website. That is great.
They're gonna have to bring some sandwiches to the show. The
Yeah,
else,
I
no
think
fights.
so.
They make some
Yeah.
sandwiches.
Well, I'm sure we can get something at the Ariake Arena. I can't remember actually last time whether they had concessions. I'm not sure. trying to think. It's a fairly modern stadium. It's not too old. I don't remember.
I just remember the ordeal I had, like trying to get a ticket, and they couldn't
Yeah.
understand the Liverpool accent. It's hard to understand at the best of times, and then Google translates, and it was an absolute nightmare.
A shocker. You have a history of struggling to get in Japan, don't you?
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll be okay this time.
Hopefully, yeah. Let's see.
Just a 5-minute walk from the hotel to the arena, so you shouldn't.
That is the ideal. Like, it's way better, this hotel.
Yeah, you won't end up in the wrong town this time. Hopefully. Yeah, here is one of the fights: Shinya Aoki versus Hiroyuki Tetsuka. Sorry. Yes. So interesting one, because Shinya fought in Japan last time, and people wondered whether it would be his last fight. There was talk of retirement. He was being very cryptic about the whole thing. But here he is. He's back. And he's fighting the Japanese beast, all Japan showdown, lightweight. So Tetsuka staying or coming, I think he's coming back to lightweight or staying there. I don't remember. He was fighting at welterweight a little bit as well. He's a big guy, much bigger than Shinya. So I like this matchup. There had been talk of Shinya versus Tai Rutolo, I know. So that has now not happened, because the other matchup, which has been announced, is, of course, Tai Rutolo versus Shozo Isajima. So I haven't posted about that yet, because I just woke up not too long ago, as I said. I woke up to that news, so I'm just going to show you One Championships page on Instagram. They have the update there. Shozo Isajima, who, of course, fought last month, or earlier this month, indeed, and got a 50K bonus, I believe.
Yeah.
So he called for a rematch with Adrian Lee. I think they fought in the last Japan card. But he didn't get Adrian Lee. He got the guy who beat Adrian Lee, Tai Rutolo. I like that. So there it is. 2 lightweight matches for you guys. Any thoughts on those, Pete? I know it doesn't involve your people at all, but you looking forward to that?
I'm looking forward to see Tai. That group, the brothers and the family and his teammates, they're like super cool. I see them everywhere, so like I'm always kind of rooting for them when they're fighting. It's nice to see another MMA fight as well. So yeah, that'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. It's going to be fun to have them around, right? The family.
Oh yeah, they are like the nicest, humble fighters. Every time you see them, they always like give you a hug. How are you? You know, ask how you doing and stuff. So like, yeah, like super cool people. I've seen them everywhere.
Yeah,
literally Japan, Qatar, Denver. We just always bump into each other because they're everywhere as well.
I think they're always on the big shows, one of them at least. So it couldn't be a big show without Tai or Cade. I was surprised they weren't included originally, but Tai told me in Bangkok when he fought Adrian last time, he wanted to get on the Japan card, and that was the plan. Yeah, and I had heard they shifted things around to have Shinya versus Tai. Shinya was originally lined up, with Tetsuka. Plans changed a little bit, then they changed back. So I'm glad everyone's got on the card. I'm happy for everyone involved. But yeah, just the same for you, Pete. Is the Rutolos, they're so professional with their weight and the diet. They don't need your help, They're always on point.
Oh, like you see them all like on the social media. They're always, you never see them out of shape. They're always active. So when they get call-ups like this, they're probably like, oh, don't really need to do a lot. Can just don't need to diet much and just crack on. But yeah, top guys, like really like them too. And the dad's super cool as well. Every time you see the dad, like
yeah, dad, love the dad, love the coach, love Kenny, the video guy. Does stuff with him now from One.
Yeah.
And Sean Ward, shout out to Sean Ward, the manager. I actually messaged him earlier this morning asking for a quote from Tai. So if you're listening, Sean or Tai, just throw your boy a quote about how excited you are to compete on this card so I can write my article about it. All right. What's up, everyone in the chat? Good morning as well. Ipe Pada, I hope I pronounced that right. Ping Barrow from the Philippines is that. What's up to you? Yo is asking, do they serve beer at the Ariake? I hope so. I hope so. I can't remember last time. I think so. I remember having one in Denver
Can't remember if
and
I had a
getting,
beer.
yeah, I got told off. You're not allowed to bring them into the media area, apparently. I was allowed to finish that one, but warned no more. So it was just the one beer to calm the nerves before Denver. Sure, you could have used one. Actually, no, you were stress free that whole week. Rodtang was on point, wasn't
What, Japan last time?
he? Sorry, not. I'm talking about Denver, aren't I? Yeah. So how
Denver.
was that week for you, stress
That
wise?
was that was cool. Just Liam, John, and Sean. So it was all pretty smooth,
Smooth
as
sailing.
smooth as it can go. And then Denver, we had some quite good seats. Then Liam got some good seats, like right at the front. It was free drink, which is quite cool. Free drink and free food.
I
And
remember.
obviously,
Yeah.
the not the night that you wanted, but everyone, like all three people away, could lose them. But it was still a cool experience to go to Denver. We had a good time sharing a room, didn't we, in the Isle hostel?
Yeah, I think you boys enjoyed the next day as well a bit more. Well, I had a good time. I went to watch Green Day at the baseball stadium and the
Uh,
Smashing Pumpkins. You just hung out on the roof with
yeah,
Liam
they
smashing beers in the pool, I think.
just got pissed up all day but yeah, quite cool. Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah, full
Well,
time.
yes, hopefully there are beers in the Ariake. I believe there must be.
Yeah, you start
It's a,
drinking at 1 o'clock with the show, you'd be absolutely sideways, and by the
yeah,
time the main event comes on.
yeah. If I've shamefully had a beer at 10 a.m. before in Singapore when they used to do those early morning shows. I think we had a double card, maybe even like close to midday, like 11. I just had one with Tom Taylor. It was a bit awkward, yeah, but yeah, sometimes you just need one when you've got a long day and you've had a long week of fight stuff. Yeah, but here we go. How many fights is that now on the card? Uzkion one asking, and is that all, or there are more? Well, by my calculations, sir, I think that's. Let me go back to their website. They haven't updated their own card on the website, so I'm just going to count for you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That is now 18, I believe, with the two new ones. So I do not expect any more. And I had heard 17, so that's even more than we were originally going to get. So I don't think any more. Hopefully nothing falls off the card. I would have loved to have seen Ayaka Miura stay on the card though. If they could get her in anyway, I would love to see it in a interim atomweight MMA title fight. Not sure it's going to happen though. So I think that's your lot. And yeah, just now we wait 3 weeks or whatever it is. So there it
Less than
is.
3 weeks.
Perfect. Less than
Yo,
3.
3 weeks today, I'll be flying home.
Okay.
Crazy.
Jeez, that is scary. That is scary. I need to actually get everything booked. Still, yeah, I'm in this weird. I don't know what time. I was speaking to Haggerty the other day. We did an interview last Friday, and he was saying he's so dialed in for his camp for that fight that he doesn't know what time or day it is. And ironically, I don't know what time it is, day it is either, because I don't barely sleeping at the moment. But he has a better reason to not know the time or day because he is facing Nabil and Nan. So I'm gonna get your thoughts, Pete. Yeah, you have some big fights coming up on this card, but that one I believe you're doing both men. It's one of those tough ones for you where you have to put your loyalties aside or whatever. You just gotta get it done and then fade into the background and hope no one gets too badly hurt, right?
That's it, really. I've worked with both of them. Worked with Nabil for probably 2.5 years now. Worked with John for about 3 years. So, spent a lot of time with them both, done a lot of camps with them both, a lot of experience with them both. So it's kind of my job's to get them on weight, do the best job I can, make sure the fuel as possible for the fight, feeling good, and then that's kind of like my job's done, and it's down to them to fight. And obviously, you've got you've got friendships with them both, and it's a unique scenario to be in. But they both know that my job is to get them on weight, make them feel good and ready for the fight. So yeah, it's gonna be a great fight. To be fair, from like a neutral point of view, it's a cracking fight.
It is going to be a great fight, and I mentioned that I spoke to Haggerty. He's had some interesting things to say. Let me bring up my Instagram page again. First of all, yes, did get his thoughts on Rodtang versus Nongo, another fight you will have a vested interest in, Pete. And Haggerty is picking Rodtang to beat Nongo. He says if Rodtang turns up and trains the way he trained for Takera, and he diets and is the best he can be, I believe he will win. But he needs to be on top form because Nongo is no pushover, an absolute legend. It's going to be a tough one, but I think Rodtang might take this one. Well, you would know, Pete. Is Rodtang taking this one as seriously as Takeru? Is he dieting and doing all the same?
Yeah, he's on it. He's on it. Speak daily, check up on him. I'm actually seeing him tomorrow. Like I try and go down maybe like once or twice a week to the gym, checking on him. Yeah, he's doing good. Like on track with everything. Training hard. His training intensity's like gone up now. Doing a couple more sessions a weekend. So yeah, he's doing good, and I think it's going to be a smooth weight cut again in Japan.
He is also a new father again.
Yeah.
But I think he's got about 55 family members to help take care of the baby. So I'm not sure he's having sleepless nights. Does he look fresh? Does he look as dogged as I do?
Yeah, he seems all right. Like he's mentioned a couple of times that he's been a bit tired or like tired from training and stuff like that, which is, it's understandable. But yeah, he's like Rodtang from them. Like when he's on it, and like I think sometimes he needs that person behind like me to always be checking in on him, just making sure that he's on point. And well, compared to the last camp, he knows me now, he trusts me. So if I say he's good, he thinks he's good, and yeah, he's actually a really cool person to work. But I have a really good relationship. He's such a likable person. Like he's really funny. Like he texted me the other day saying, "Can I have a KFC?" And he sent me a picture of a bargain bucket, and I said, "No." but I thought he was going to send, "Oh, can I have like some chicken tenders or something?" He sent me over a picture of a bargain bucket. I was like, "No." Hey, you don't get. That's there's no harm in trying.
Maybe he can have it after the fight in Japan. If all goes well, we'll get him a bargain bucket. Is he bringing the PS5 again with
yeah,
FIFA?
I said to him, I said you best be bringing that because we'll be playing every night again. Yeah, and there's probably a suitcase of mama noodles as well.
Well, hopefully I'll get a rematch with him again. I need to get back. I think he beat me 7-1. Yeah. He was Real Madrid though. I was Man United. So it's a bit unfair. Yeah.
First 2 games I beat him, I was like, yes, I beat Rodtang in FIFA. Like I got something that I beat him Rodtang at, and then he started beating me there. I don't know what happened.
He was just in the zone. He was dialed in, Yeah. No one was beating him that week, Pete.
Yeah, he was flying.
Yeah, so you think he's going to be in prime condition again for Nongo?
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, I think he arrives I think everyone arrives on the Tuesday. I get there a couple of days earlier, so I'll make sure everything's sorted for them, the food. So he's just got to follow the plan. He follows the plan. He's good, which he has been doing up to now. So yeah,
that sounds good. Just shout out the chat. Curly asking, how long has it been on? We've done about 19 minutes now, so hopefully you've not missed too much. You can always go on YouTube, Curly, and rewind to the beginning. I don't know about Facebook. Curly also ready to see Chrisana fight and Madison make her debut on the 31st from Dowden Muay Thai in Koh Samui. Well, yes, Haggerty is also over in Koh Samui, and George Jarvis and Jake Peacock as well. You doing anything with Jake this time, Pete?
No, his coach reached out to me before Qatar just for help on fight week. Don't know if it's going to be the same again, but no, I haven't I haven't heard much from him, no. But I know
We'll
I know
see.
he has another nutritionist that he works with all year round. I think when we worked together for fight week in Qatar, it was like the first time doing the hydration test and stuff like that. So he wanted a little bit of extra support with that.
Perfect. Well, more on Haggerty. I did get some other sound bites out of him. And a lot of people some people are taking this one the wrong way. They're saying you need to focus on the meal, John. Stop talking about other stuff. And he does literally say, "I'm focused on the meal," and he said that about 5 times in the interview. I can't fit that all in the small box there, so that's why. But don't think he's taken his eye off the meal, everyone. He is fully focused on the meal. He's doing a ridiculous amount of training, and he's dialed in. Don't worry about that. And I ask him the question, he just answers it. So don't blame Haggerty. But I asked him, if you beat Nabil, what do you think is next? And he said, well, yeah, I'm fully focused on Nabil, but if I win, I could see an Andrade super fight next for the MMA world title. I want to have all 3 belts at one time. We get the Muay Thai belt back. Who knows? Let's go straight for the MMA belt. No warm-up fight. Have you talked with John about his 3-sport dream? I didn't know he was still looking to get back the MMA belt. We'll go and get it, not get it back. If he gets the Muay Thai belt back, I think, he'll have a chance at history. Has that come up in conversation?
No, and the thing with John is that people don't see, like, John is one of the most hard-working fighters that I work with. Like, he grafts his ass off, John. Like, he's on it. Like, he never misses a training session. He always trains. He's on it. And like the commitment he puts into his training camps he's always putting 100% in. So I know for certain that he's focused on the deal, and then whatever happens after that fight, then he's always challenged himself. John, he's always stepped up and wants to fight the best at the time, and so I don't see why that won't be a thing in the future.
Yes, anyone who doesn't think Jonathan Haggerty works his socks off, you do not know him. Unbelievable. We were originally meant to talk on a Sunday as well, but I couldn't get hold of him. If you were watching the show, you would have remembered everyone. I was trying to track down John live for an hour and a half, but because he'd worked so hard the rest of the week. Sundays was his day off, and I knew this might happen. That's why I didn't want to do it on Sunday. Sorry, I didn't book the interview, but yeah, he needs to take that day to unwind, and he was telling me how sometimes he just goes too hard and he needs to take care of himself a bit and do other things sometimes, because when he does a fight camp, he's so dedicated. And I've seen it up front when we went to Denver, right? We went and saw John in the gym there. I can't remember the name of the gym, but he was out there earlier than anyone. He was out there for a month. He was running to the gym, then doing 2 hours in the gym, then running back to his hotel. Just crazy. The level of dedication. So yes, do not doubt his professionalism, guys. And a lot of people, Pete, don't think he has a chance against Nabil. I don't want to put you on the spot because obviously you work with Nabil, but do you think it's going to be a competitive fight? Nabil is starting to just steamroll everyone, but if anyone I think can make it close, it's going to be John.
100%. I think it's a great fight. Great fight. It's going to be. It's one of them fights that just as a fan, it's interesting to see because it's 2 completely different styles, and John's a world champion. Has been around for a long time, so like John's tested himself against the best, and Nabil's coming up. He's a champion as well now, and like so, it's 2 elite fighters fighting each other in the prime. So yeah, it's gonna be a great fight.
Yes, I think that one may be the one I'm looking forward to most. But also, yes, John has been working with Khalil Roundtree, UFC star, as well for this camp. They were training together in Vegas for Khalil's fight against Yuri Prochazka earlier this month, which did not obviously go Khalil's way. He won 2 rounds, I believe, and then just got caught in the third. And heartbreaking is how John described it, but also added, yes, this is the fight game. We all know this is what happens. But Khalil will be heading out to Koh Samui, I think, this week, if he's not already there. I know he's in Bangkok now. I gleaned that info from a brief stalk of his Instagram story. But yeah, I think he's heading to Samui to link up with John again, help John prepare maybe a little bit for this fight. Have you met Khalil? Have you come across him, Pete, at all?
No, never met him. Seems like a nice bloke, though. Very nice bloke.
He is. Absolute gentleman. Yeah, I know people who know him. He was out in Thailand for a long time, I think, training with George Hickman back when George was at Tiger. And he's got a very heavy Muay Thai influence, not many in MMA do. So I can see where the link up come from. And then, Khalil reached out to Christian Knowles, John's coach, to prepare him for this fight. And maybe the one before, I can't remember. But yeah, he's been working with Christian now. And I love to see the link up. It's great. But hopefully Khalil can make it out to Tokyo as well. That'll be fun. His wife, of course, from Hong Kong, so even more points. Mia Kang, yes, I think we interviewed her before once on SCMP. I didn't, but my colleague did. She was doing a fight. She used to be a model, and she was doing an amateur fight. I think I can't remember, but I think they must have met out in Thailand. But anyway, that is that for Haggerty. What else have I got? You have anyone else on Japan card, Pete? You must do.
So we've got Pashio,
of course,
and Kane,
of course.
I've got Marit Gregorian as well.
Oh wow, Marat's brought you on board. That's new.
Yeah, he's been probably last 6 weeks now. Who else is there? Let me just count them yet. Yeah, six people have got it.
Jeez, 6. That's going to be a busy week for you, huh?
Nothing that I haven't done before. It was 6 in Japan last time, so yeah. All the preparations are already built. I've actually ordered the things that I need today that are going to come to help with the weight cutting process, shall we say, without mentioning what it is.
No weight cutting in one championship, mate.
No weight cutting one championship. Yeah. So that's all sorted. Organising the food, using a meal prep company, for a couple of the fighters as well. And then some of them are going to be using like the local food. Like last time, Rodtang and Nabil like sashimi. So I was like, okay, I'm cool with you having sashimi on fight week. So we were doing that. Really good fight week food. Then, for example, when DeBella was there, he wanted more like Western food. So we used the meal prep company and they like cooked his meals like bolognese and steak and stuff like that. So got a mixture between the two. Sure, getting all that organised. And yeah, it's always handy as well when you've been to the place before. We've stayed in this hotel previously, so you know what's around. There's a shopping mall next door. You know where to get the food from, so it makes my life a lot easier instead of you going somewhere and you can do all your research on Google, but until you get there, you don't really know what's around. So it works easy for me. So soon I get there on the Sunday. I don't think everyone arrives until the Tuesday evening. So I've got 2 days to kind of get prepared. Everything sorted as to when they land. There's your food, tuck in, and carry on with fight week.
Oh, well, yeah, I like that hotel. We stayed there, nearly a couple of years ago for the Super League to Kerry fight. As you said, close to the mall. Got everything you need there. Far out though. It's kind of remote, but
it is a little bit. But in comparison to the last one, where obviously I got lost going to the stadium, I much prefer where we are now. There's a shopping mall downstairs. There's everything what you need, and
I did not like that last hotel. Jeez, it was a shambles, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, that was you couldn't swing a cat in the room, could you? It was getting really warm, that room. I noticed it got
oh my god,
warm,
it was a furnace.
Too hot. I couldn't find the balance with the aircon.
No, neither could I. My bed was beneath the window, so the sun would rise and just start cooking that room
Did you try and use
from
the
about
washing
6
machine?
a.m.
I
I
tried
did
to use
not
the
even
washing
bother.
machine, and I was trying to chat GBT the washing machine. There's like so many buttons, like all different things. I just did not know how to use the washing. But like, I needed clothes. Like my clothes are stinking because I only had like 2 pairs of pants for the whole week. You know, living in Thailand and Australia,
Oh yeah,
you don't have a lot of pants for you. So I only had 2 pairs of pants. I was like, I need to fucking wash these pants.
it's a shocker. The whole week was a shocker. I got there late because of various reasons. So Juliana was our video guy was on my bed for the first few nights, I think, because the room was empty.
And then he
Thought
shared
you
with
may
me.
as well have it, yeah. And then, but I got there. I don't know what night, Thursday night or something, and then I was like, "Don't worry, I'm landing quite late. I'll get to there about midnight, so you can have it one more night. I'll go out to walk around, and I visited the old watering holes of 10 years previous. On my first trip to Japan, went to the Golden Guy in Shinjuku, I want to say.
Yeah, golden guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I realized about 2 a.m., 3 a.m. that I'm just not built the way I was at the age of 28 or whatever. I can't, 27, I can't stay up till 5 a.m. anymore. I just want to go to bed. So I powered through. I was messaging Dennis Porich, I think, just on Instagram to stay awake. And then, yeah, I walked back. And it was so cold as well. And I wasn't not wearing appropriate clothes. I had shorts on. You know me, I always wear shorts. And it was so cold.
I remember that.
Yeah, luckily Juliana was up by 5, I think, to help you with weight cuts and stuff for the weigh-in.
Yes. Yeah, I got him up early.
Yeah, so I got like 3 hours sleep and then met you guys at the weigh-ins. Then thankfully he went on your floor in the sleeping bag and I had a bed.
That was a tight squeeze, that as well.
Yeah, I think it's a bit easier this time.
Oh yeah, the rooms this time I can picture the room I got, and it's a decent size.
Space for a sleeping bag, I think.
Definitely say. Well, we've got a twin room, so he'll be in the other bed.
Oh, fantastic.
No spoon, Giuliano.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, yeah, love the shirt. Nick says fighting with friends. This is not even a shirt, sir. It's a kimono style bathrobe from the banyan tree in Koh Samui. Yeah, I'm pretty tired. I woke up just a couple hours ago. I'm on a strange sleep schedule. Talking about staying up till 5 a.m. Yeah, I'm doing that every night here at the moment because of the baby. So yeah, I'm a little groggy, guys. But is that a Chili Peppers tattoo? It is. Yes, good observation. I'm a big fan, and I have the Smashing Pumpkins on the other. I'm looking to get some more. This is also a Chili Peppers themed one. Blood, Sugar, Sex, Magic. So yes, thanks for noticing. I'm a big Chili's fan. Right, what are your predictions for fights on fighters you're not working with? So I don't know. There's a lot of those. What about Super Bon and Nori?
I'm really bad on these kind of things. It's like when someone's fighting on the card, I've got zero interest for anything else, apart from maybe a select few.
Well,
you can show me that. I'll tell you if I've got an interest in all that.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the.
I'm quite selfish like that. Where like if someone I haven't got to fight, like my attention's like completely on that, and I don't really care about the other fights, unless it's maybe.
Well, they're gonna have to make another one of these. They just added 2 more fights, but yeah, Super Bon and Noiri, Rugrug, Malakin, Nadaka, Numsarin.
It's the one that I'm interested the most is probably the Superlek fight and the Dennis Purge fight. They're probably probably the 2 fights I'd say. Yeah,
I agree with you. You said something interesting. I wanted to ask. Sorry to follow up. So Marat, obviously Marat. There was a lot of drama last time in Japan with Marat Grigorian. Didn't make weight, and Kaito refused to fight him. So this time he's brought you on board. Has that been in the works for a while? Did he reach out to you immediately after that?
Well, I work with a couple of fighters in his gym, anyway. So it was that connection. So that his coach reached out, we set a group chat, and yeah, he's he's cool. Weight's in a good place. Like, I think for me as well, like same with likes of John, Nabil, a lot of these top guys that I work with. My job isn't to like hold a hand throughout the fight camp and say you got to do this. They just know that I'm there. I'm guiding them a little bits of information. They know I'm there if they need them. And then that final week, that's where kind of like the finer details get managed. And so yeah, he's in weight in a good place, and you'll have no issues at all.
It's fantastic. And Pasho, no problems, I presume, going up to flyweight to face you.
He's had a dream scenario where he hasn't had to diet all camp. We've had to give him more food. So that's the fighter's dream when you're saying you're not eating enough, let's add some more food in. So he's smashing like 4,000 calories a day now. Like he's training hard, he's feeling good. So he's in a great place.
Fantastic. I missed this one earlier from NG. Sorry, a question for you, Pete. Have you heard Superlex walk around weight was 78 kg before cutting weight for this fight? And do you think he could still make flyweight, perhaps with your help?
So there's a thing on this when someone did a post yesterday with about Rodtang's walk around weight, and he's 72 kilos. But you got to look and go, is Superlex 78 normally walk around? Is he 78 being a fat cunt eating what he wants? Do you know what I mean? So there's a bit of a difference between like, oh, he's 78 kilos, but has he been 78 kilos and just eating absolute crap? So if he probably dialed it in, he'd be a couple of kilo lighter. Could he make 61 kilo? I think now, I would say no. I don't think he could. I think it's very difficult to go from, you've moved up a weight class, you've then got, this is what the big problem fighters have, is they'll move up a weight class and go, well, I don't need to worry about my weight now. And then you'll go even bigger than the previous walk around weight for the lower weight class. So for him to get to 61, it's a big weight cut. Yeah, I don't think he could do it now. Or it'd be very difficult. Very difficult.
Well, there's a comment here saying Rodtang walks around at 77 and cuts 11 kg. Is that true?
He doesn't walk around at 77. If anyone's actually stood next to Rodtang, there's no way he walks around at 77.
Yeah, I think there was someone posting on Instagram saying these guys are doing 15 kg weight cuts. It
was the Western fight. It was Western fighters. Yeah. Western fighters cut 10 to 15 kilos, and that's just completely false. I would say, without blowing my own trumpet, I work with probably the most like of the top Western fighters in one championship, and the guys that you think like the Nikos, when people say Nico was a weight bully, Nico wouldn't cut anywhere close to 10 kilos in a fight camp, anywhere close. So that's not really true. And from my experience, from Rodtang, Superlex, they're doing just as much as Western fighters, if not more. So I think it's a little bit of a myth with that, because there's no one that I currently work with in one championship who's cutting 15 kilos in a fight camp. Nobody, like no one at all. Not even 10 kilos. So, and as I mentioned on that post as well, I think the reason why a lot of these fighters in Thailand moving down a weight class is because they've realised now, well, if I dial my nutrition in and I'm on it and I'm doing things properly, I could actually be a little bit lighter rather than like winging it and staying at that weight class. Like Nongo has moved down probably because he thought, well, if I actually like dial in my nutrition and do it properly, I could actually lose a little bit more weight, because 61 kilo to 65, it's like a 4.5 kilo difference, but he might have just been doing the typical Thai way of making weight for years, and now he's got a professional on board. He can make a lower weight class.
Yes, things are changing in one championship, partly because of you, Pete. You've changed the game, I think, and so the Thais are all coming on board now. Rodtang was a bit of a game changer for you last time, I think.
Yeah, well, Supelec was the first one, wasn't it? Supelec was the for Takeru fight. That was the first tie I worked with, and then Kong Tony after that. Rambo Lek was on board, and then the Iron Man jumped on board last year, and because I think a lot of ties realise now that, you know, especially with the hydration test as well in one championship, you can't really wing it anymore. Like these Western fighters, the gyms, they've got S&C coaches, they've got nutritionists, they've got, you know, all the sports science now, and these, you're naturally going to fall behind if you don't adopt these methods, because, you know, talent and skill can get you so far, but there's them small percentages that are important in elite sport now. So yeah, you've seen the difference, like Venom training camp. I do everyone in Venom, and look at the results that Venom are getting at the moment, because they've got everyone dialed in. They've got a top like physio, they've got an S&C coach now, they've got all that stuff. So it's a collective team, and like that gym is probably the best performing gym in Thailand right now.
Yes. Well, this one's probably you've answered it there from fighting with friends. What are your thoughts on the hydration test and how to pass it? I think, without giving your secrets away, it's obvious when people don't have a nutritionist or the advice they need to get. There's a lot of first timers, especially fail when they come onto the fight night cards, especially. You can't do this, I think, without a bit of help. That's what I tell every fighter who asks me. I always, pass them towards your way. I've helped you get a few big fish, I feel. Ongla and John DiBella I helped with, I think. I always tell them, give Pete a call. Better call Pete. Yeah, you're the man.
I think the hydration set, it's a requirement of the organization. That's the way. Like any organization, they have requirements, and this is a requirement of it. So you've got to do. You've got to do. There's no, you've got to do the methods to pass it. And do I necessarily agree with the hydration test and think it's something that's needed? No, but it's just the requirements of the organization. In terms of how to pass it, that's the secret sauce. You'll have to jump on board, and I'll tell you how to do it. But I've only ever had one person fail hydration. That was the second time I had in one championship, and there's been 150 odd, I think, now that have all passed hydration. So we got the magic formula.
Yes, indeed. I think if you are a fighter and you want to pass and you're in one, you better call Pete. All right. I don't know. Daniel here asking about this fight, Pet Wang Noir. I got no idea either, Daniel. Sorry. He's going to fight Mohammed Taufik. I have no clue. First I've ever heard of this fight. So may the best man win. Yeah, I think your guess is as good as mine. I don't know if you know anything, Pete. I presume not.
I have a Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo. All right. Okay, I think we hit this one. Thoughts on hydration test. So I don't want to ask Pete his secrets fighting with friends. Yeah, as he said, you'll have to subscribe to his service.
To answer that question that popped up, it's far more nuanced than that than just drink a load of water. That's a small fraction of potentially how you pass the test. There's so many different factors that you need to consider, not just drink a load of water and holding your bladder.
Yes. So
diet, how you train, how much you've drank the days previous, your typical USG market and rest. There's so many factors. So without going down a big rabbit hole and going sciencey, there's a lot more to it than that. That is far too long for this discussion.
Yeah, we call him the Piss Master, PM, Peter Miller. But as John DiBella corrected me, there's a lot more goes into it than just that. So you'll have to subscribe, Fighting with Friends, to Pete. You'll have to get a plan. Then you can find out. Right. Peter out here correcting the Instagram misinformation. People have been saying some things. It seems like the post said Rodtang was walking around at 72, not 77.
I'd be worried if Rodtang was walking around at 77. I'd be concerned about that.
Maybe if he had that KFC bucket, he'd be 77.
He had that KFC bucket, yeah. Extra sodium.
Extra sodium. What's your opinion on the test? Is it good or bad? Do they need it? I guess you don't need to have an opinion, right?
Yeah, it's not. If my opinion's relevant, really. It's just, do I think it should be a requirement? Potentially not, but it is, and you've got it. If you want to fight one championship, you've got to do the test. So, like the hydration tests are using like collegiate wrestling and stuff like that. So it's not like a test that's not used in other organisations or combat sports. It's just
I see a lot of people hating on hydration tests, and my 2 cents on it is it's not as bad as people make out. I think it does help stop ridiculous weight cuts that are dangerous. Would you agree with that, Pete?
Yeah, and also with the hydration test, there's not really an issue when you do it correctly. The issue is when you fail it, and then you're trying to pass it again, and then you dehydrated, and you're drinking more water, and that's when it kind of gets a little bit sketchy. If you do the system correctly and you pass first time, there's no issues with it at all. It's when you fail, and then you're already dehydrated, and you're drinking fluid, and you're trying to pass again. That's when it gets a little bit sketchy
and stressful as well. I think
100%. Yeah.
The thing I like about your service, shall we say, is most of your people, if not all, it's always first time pass very early. You don't have that 3 hours of running around trying to pass after you fail the first time, and that cannot be a good thing if you've got to fight the next day.
The thing is, I've been there. Like when I start, I've been there when they failed, and it's horrible because you just rolling the dice, because some people can pass it the second time round, but then depending on how much they've caught and other factors, like you're literally rolling the dice and you don't know where it's going to land. And like you've seen it now, anyone who works with me, we're getting you first on the scales, we're getting you in, we're starting early, we're getting the weight cutting process done. Then you've got enough time to refuel and rest. Not leaving it till like last minute. And then there's been a couple of occasions where the weight cut's taken a little bit longer than we've liked, and it's been a little bit of a, there's been 10 minutes to go and stuff like that in the past, but I'd say 80% of my fighters who are on, they're usually weighed in, within the first 5 people anyway.
Yeah, avoid the stress. That's my advice, and get Pete on board. All right. I'll hopefully do another 10 minutes here, guys, if Pete's able to. I appreciate all the questions. I think someone was enjoying your Denver Broncos hat here, S. Barber Crane. Is that the Broncos hat?
I just got this in Denver, and I've had it ever since because my hair's a mess, so that's why I put the hat on. There's no knowledge of the Denver Broncos, unfortunately. I'd like to say.
Yeah, I used to get some of those hats. Every time I go to an American city, I buy the whatever sports team. I get a hat there too. So I've got plenty of random sports hats. I think I have a Chicago. No, yeah, I have a New York Mets hat from my last trip to New York. After that show, don't wear it that often. But I couldn't tell you the first thing about the New York Mets. And I'm sure I've upset some of you by saying I even have that hat. You're probably a Yankees fan or something. Right. Thank you for the insight, PM, says Fighting with Friends. Yeah. It's always great to have Peter on and to hear your explanation.
And I think sometimes I just want to put, like, in terms of, like, when people ask about the hydration test and how do you do and all that, like I said, there's so many factors to consider. I couldn't just give a blanket statement, say this is how you do it, and this is because there's so many different factors to it. So just for your listeners anyway.
Yeah. Well, I always enjoy the chats. NG here. says, have you ever had a fighter come to you and ask for something crazy, like to get to a ridiculous weight? And if so, what do you say?
From a one championship scenario, it doesn't usually happen a lot because there's, from my experience of working with hundreds of fighters now, when it's kind of that level, people are not as slack with the diet. They're a bit more professional with the weight cutting process and the out of camp diet. So I've never had the scenario where one championship fighter comes to me and go, well, I'm fighting a flyweight at 61 and I'm 77 kilo now. Like, I've got 6 weeks. Like, that never happens in one. Outside of one where it's kind of like a lower, quote unquote, like lower level fighter, I've had like ridiculous ones where it's just, sometimes you say, look, I can't morally give you a plan because I don't think it's safe. And I think there's going to be serious complications of you making weight for the amount of weight you've got to lose. So I've turned down a lot of people. Because one, for your reputation wise, it's not worth taking someone on who's got a massive amount of weight to lose and then they miss weight and then like, why the nutritionist? And then like you've just taken that burden on. So I've had a few like big weight cuts in the past, but my thing now, I don't want to work with people who are not professionals, not professional with their diet. So they're just coming and they've got like 20 kilos and 15 kilos. So it's like why would I want to work with someone like that? I don't need to. Like, I'm lucky in the position where like I work with some of the best fighters in one championship, and why would I want to take someone who's just like completely unprofessional with the diet? It just makes no sense to me from a business point of view anyway.
I like that. Yeah, you have to draw the line. I've seen a few people use nutritionists and they still fail, and I just think my reaction is the tendency is to blame the nutritionist, but then also it does make me think maybe they just had too much to cut and the nutritionist thought they could do the magic job, but then they don't really realize the hydration test.
Also as well, like from a nutritionist point of view, say someone's got a massive amount of weight to lose, could you get the weight off potentially? But if you don't want to give a fighter, like, let's give an example, like 1,000 calories a day and they're training 2-3 times a day, like what is the point in it? Like, what is the point in doing that for 6, 7, 8 weeks just to get to a lower weight or to get the weight off? It's like it's stupid. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So yeah, I think luckily, like in the one championship race, from my experience, I've never had anyone who's coming in like a ridiculous weight. And even people might go, well, the people who people perceive to cut a lot of weight, they're nowhere near that end of the spectrum.
Here's a good one from Fighting with Friends. Ask PM, can Nick cut down to flyweight? Well, I'll tell you now, I'm about 96 and I used to be 66 when I think when I moved to Hong Kong I was 66, believe it or not. So within that 10 years or whatever, 9 years, I have gained 30 kilos somehow. What could you do with me, Pete? You think? I'm 38 years old nearly, and I've got a busted knee.
Some realistic expectations, and we need to start small, baby steps, and then we can work on flyweights. We'll start small first.
I do like a beer every now and then, as you know, and I do like a KFC bucket. What could I do?
Let's start off with lightweight, and then we see how much progression. Set realistic goal. That's my thing. There's no point setting a goal that's really far away, because then the motivation to hit that goal sometimes doesn't. Set small. Start small.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to lose 10 kg just off the bat, because that's even 3 years ago I was about 86. Maybe even 2 years ago. How much would I have to do to get there again?
That's it. It's hard to give like a blanket statement. That you have to manage your training schedule, see what you assess your current diet.
I need to sign up, I think, and find out. Conditionnutrition.com. Is there a website?
Nutrition.org.
.org. All right, organization here.
.com was taken, unfortunately.
who's .com? I want to
No,
see.
no, like nutrition.com. Well, I think to buy the domain was like $4,000. I was like, I don't know if I want to pay $4,000 for .com. .org sounds. I think .org sounds all right.
Yeah, there's these weirdos who go around buying domains, not using them, and then selling.
For probably about 4 years now, I think.
Maybe one of your rivals did it to stop you being .com.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Hopefully, I would love to lose 10 kg. I'd love to lose 20, but I'll take 2 right now. I am struggling. I go to the gym 4 times a week, and I walk at least 45 minutes to an hour a day, and I do maybe more sometimes. And I don't eat terribly at the moment. I'm eating fairly. I think I've lost a bit of weight lately, but yeah, no, I'm not a fight guy, so I don't think I'll be at flyweight anytime soon, guys. I think bantamweight is the max. I will not fight Rodtang. Luckily for Rodtang,
FIFA.
To himself.
Nick and Rodtang of FIFA.
Fight him on FIFA, yeah.
That's a more realistic expectation.
I want a rematch. He smashed me 7-1. I love that because he's actually a Man United fan, and he picked Real Madrid. I picked Man United, and he looked at me and said, "Are you sure?" Yeah, I'm sure. But United are terrible. Well, they're getting a bit better now, actually, Pete, aren't they? They 3 in a row and beat your boys at Anfield. Yeah. What's going on with Liverpool? 4 defeats in a row, huh?
Yeah, it's not looking good right now, really. I think there's a bit of... I had a dream the other night that Jurgen Klopp was going to come back. So that was my dream. Arne Slot gets sacked and Jurgen Klopp comes back. Even though I don't wish that to happen, I just had some mad dream. Like, I just pitched it in my head like Jurgen Klopp came back.
Well, I saw it. I don't know if it was real, but I don't know if you know Indy Kayla on Twitter. It's one of these in the know accounts, football in the know accounts, was saying, yes, I have an exclusive report that Slot is going to be sacked and Klopp is ready to say yes to a sensational return. I don't think that will happen anytime soon, but would you take that?
You can't sack someone after they lost 4 games. They won the league. Like, you can't. I'm not one of them, like, armchair Liverpool fans who'd be like, you can't sack someone like that. Like, if you have a bad season, some teams have bad seasons. Maybe we overachieved last season. So, we've definitely been in worse positions over the last, 10, 15 years. So, obviously, there's got to be a point where, like, there's got to be some kind of improvement. If you lose another 4 games on the bounce, then you'd be pretty concerned. Like, and I think the owners would be, but he'll do right. He'll be right.
Well, not to turn this into Monday Night Football, but yeah, my 2 cents. I feel Klopp built him a perfect team, right? The perfect squad, and he didn't change a thing last year. He didn't have to.
But then this year,
they've tried to change everything for no need, and I don't know why.
Got rid of Diaz. Definitely.
Yeah, Diaz and Robertson at left back. I'd say he's like the best left back in the league, and losing Trent was a blow. I don't know why you've made all these signings, but I'm happy to see it. Make another 10 signings, please. Spend another $500 million.
I think the unfortunate thing, because he spent so much money, even though like the net's only like not as much, but because they've sold players, I think if he carries on losing, that pressure's going to build because he has spent a lot of money on these players. So the owners are going to go like, we don't see any improvement, and unfortunately the way things are now. But I think he'll turn around.
I think so. I think the league's changing a bit in terms of style of play. Everything's going a bit more direct again now. It's funny. And he needs to learn how to deal with that. Yeah.
Like, I remember Arsenal used to struggle against them teams, and like the Stokes, the Boltons, like they used to really struggle against them type of teams, and it's kind of gone like full circle again.
Yeah, now Arsenal is the Stoke.
I don't like Arsenal. I don't know why. Even though like Arsenal, half my family support Arsenal because
Really?
my dad's like I just don't like Arsenal. I used to love Arsenal. Arsenal was like my second team. I had an on-me t-shirt, Dreamcast.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just don't
love the
like Arsenal.
Dreamcast.
Yeah.
Love the Dreamcast. Well, we'll see what happens. Back to fighting quickly. Maybe last question for you, Pete. I'm 106 kg. Sean James says I can't wait to get down to 96. At least you guys aren't dealing with West Ham. Oh, so
Yeah.
not a question, but yeah, West Ham are terrible, aren't they? They're going down, I think.
Yeah, West Ham are one of them teams. Like, I don't know, they've just got a bit of a chip on the shoulder, haven't they? And there's not really like.
They're one of those teams who think they're really big, but are they?
Yeah, like
Not
they
to
want to.
sorry, Sean James. To
Like the same with like Newcastle. When people say, "Oh, Newcastle's a big club," it's a well supported club in their city. It's a big club in terms of they feel, but they're not a big club, are they? Like I don't want to.
maybe in Saudi
I don't
Arabia
want
now they
to
are.
hate
But,
Newcastle fans and West Ham fans, but it's not like they're.
yeah.
They're not. Yeah.
Well, I respect West Ham. I think they are. Yeah, they're a well supported club. Yeah, and they've done some amazing stuff and had some legendary players. And I feel for you, Sean. Yeah, it's a shame to see what's happening there. Hopefully, you guys turn it around, and hopefully, you get down to 96 kg. Yeah, 106. That's probably where I'm heading now. But I imagine you're probably a lot taller than me, Sean. I'm 5'6", so I should not be anywhere near 96 kg. But in my defense, I was about 90 and then started going to gym. So I think a lot of the extra 6 is muscle. I'm going to hope it's muscle, not fat, because I think I've lost fat and gained muscle, but I'm 6 kg heavier, so could be worse. But anyway, I was prepared for relegation at the start of the season, Sean. Poor ownership is the decline of the club. Well, Nuno is a good manager. Hopefully he can get you out of the shit. But we'll see. Anyway, we've done an hour, yeah. So I thank you all. I'm not the peak male physique. Sean is 5'8", 36 years old. Okay, I'm 5'6", 37. So we're not too dissimilar, but you're a little bit taller. So you're allowed to be 10 kg heavier. I'm sure you got a lot of that is muscle too. Don't worry. Neither of us is peak male shape, though, I think, fighting with friends. But there's nothing you can't achieve without condition nutrition in your corner. That's what I want to say. I want to end it on this lovely picture of him and Rodtang. That was last week, I think. So you will be going back to his gym this week? Or
Yeah, I'll probably go and see him tomorrow, I think. Go down and see him tomorrow. His gym's quite far away, so it's a little bit of an adventure to get to his gym. It takes bloody ages to get there for me. So yeah, check up on him. Yeah, just see how he is, and yeah, just keep ticking over, and not too long to Japan. And there's the fight week next week. Got Nico on, Abdullah, Rambolek as well. So yeah.
oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. I was going to ask you, yeah, who you got? You just answered. Quickly versus Devi, 159.37 next week. Nico Carrillo and Luke Lisi, Rambolek, Abdullah. You're doing both of those guys, yeah?
Yeah. And I think that is it. Yeah. It's quite a small card, isn't it? So.
Yeah. I don't think I'll be there, unfortunately, guys. But Giuliano will surely be there for me. So I'll have some content. We'll do a preview of that anyway next week. And I forgot again to ask you, yeah, briefly, you can answer just you probably saw Rodtang and Ong Lars link up after. I don't think you were there as well. But what was it like working with Ong Lansang, a legendary Burmese python, for his final fight? You came on board, got the job done. He'd had a bit of struggles with his weight the last few years, but no issues with you.
No issues at all. Like it couldn't have gone any easier. And like it's easy to say that once it's happened, but like it was like didn't have much to cut on fight week. Followed everything, and it was easy. I think he had a little bit of was a little bit nervous about the process because he's never done it this way before, and obviously from previous weight cut misses. So it's just like reassuring him, but super cool guy, really nice guy to get along with, and yeah, like pretty cool to help him with his last fight in one championship, and then to see the crowd there. Now, like I've never seen anything like it. Like the crowd, that was like insane, and obviously he wins, he gets a 50k bonus, and like that was a good successful weekend, and yeah, we've kept in touch after, exchanged a few messages, said like thanks for because I can understand fighters as well being nervous about doing things a different way than they've done before, so I always like to say like thanks for putting the trust in me, and yeah, he's a super cool guy, and probably he's going to Tokyo, isn't he? So I'll be catch up with him then, and share a bit with him.
Oh, I didn't know he's going to Tokyo.
Oh, I thought he was going to. I thought he was for the whole of. I thought I assume.
Secret news.
Oh, I thought that's what Mitch said in the interview. Or might just.
Did he?
I don't know.
He may have. I may have missed that.
I'm sure he said in the post-fight interview and the thing. Oh, you're going to be inducted, unless I completely imagine that.
He may have. I missed the interview, so that's great news. If Ong's in Tokyo, I will definitely see him there.
I might be wrong. Don't take your words for it there. I might have just made something up completely.
Oh, that'd be great. I'll see him again. Okay. And kind of bittersweet, isn't it? I feel like if you'd met him a few years ago, or you could have really helped him get to greater heights. Because I've seen Ong struggle with the weight the last few fights, especially, and he's the older he got, it was tougher, but he was still doing it old school, and I think it affected his last few performances at least. So it's a shame. I wish maybe you two had linked up before, but at least you got there in the end, right?
Yeah, and it was he was really smooth weight cut. Like everything went perfect. One of the first people to weigh in. Yeah, like literally no drama. Because that was a bit of a crazy week for me. Because I had 8 people on that card, so that was a wild week for me. So everyone just went smooth sailing. So it was that was it.
That's good. Well, Sean confirming, yes, he's going to Tokyo for Hall of Fame. That's great. So I think after Ong won, I ran to the back immediately to try and upload video of his knockout, because I have terrible Wi-Fi in Lumpini. I always bitch about this. Sorry, but it's absolutely savage. The data, the Wi-Fi there. You got to run backstage to get anything uploaded, because they have some Wi-Fi backstage. But yes, so that's great. I'll see him there. And do you think 173 will be the greatest card of all time? It seems like it's hard to top. I said this the other day. I think it's up there with the first two Tokyo cards in March 2019 and October 2019. A New Era and Century, and I think 1X from March 2022. Those 3 cards to me are the 3 standard bearers, and maybe you could throw 172 in the mix there. That was also very good. There have been other cards that have delivered well, but I think those are the ones, and I think it will be up there. Yeah, and it's just what happens on the night for me. Pete, do you agree? I think you could have a stat card, but it doesn't always deliver.
Yeah, I can't even. 2019, I wasn't even anywhere close in this space. I was sitting on a beach in. Where was I in 2019? I was in Perth. Yeah, I was living in Perth. And nowhere near fighting. A long time ago.
If I can indulge you guys, I'll show you those cards quickly, and then I'll go, because Pete's been here for a while. Century Part 1. This is what I'm talking about. And I actually gave Ong La the program for Century Part 2 because he headlined it. I'll show you that one in a sec. But yeah, it was at Sumo Hall in Tokyo, Ryogoku Kogugekan. I hope I pronounced that right. this card was insane. Angela Lee and Jung Jingnan, DJ versus Danny Kinga. That one's a bit of a damp squib, but still DJ getting the win, winning the Grand Prix. Got a big belt. Nice to see Janet Todd and Barbie. Crazy knockout. That was. And Christian Lee versus Daggy. Christian won the Grand Prix there. That was a huge shock. A lot of people were picking Daggy. I think that was the night or the morning, shall we say, that Christian Lee really arrived in one and everyone stopped doubting him, or one of the nights. He then, really stepped it up. Yuya versus Dai Juan Kim. I don't even remember half these fights now, but I forgot that these guys were on this card. Sam A was on it. Yushin Okami, I remember that, against Eglantani. Itsuki versus Rika. Yes. Lito Adewang was on the card. Damn. Conmon ill. Crazy. But yeah, maybe I'm over. Looking back, maybe that card wasn't the best. But I'm sort of thinking combining it with this one. There were two parts, and this was the one Ong headlined, and Ong La versus Brandon, Shinya versus Honorio, Bonario, Bibiano, Bellingon was great. Rodtang was on that against Walter Gonsalves. Petrosian won the Grand Prix final against Sami Sana. Even Arjan Bulla was on the card, guys, beating Mauro Cirilli. Maybe might be rose tinted glasses on this, because the undercard I don't think is as solid as those ones that we're getting now.
Maybe it had a few beers.
Man. What about this one? A new era. This is the other one I'm thinking. The March. This was the first show I ever went to, and I have fond memories. Again, might be rose tinted spectacles, but I think this one was insane from start to finish. We'll see. I'm going to scroll down. Edward Falang versus Shinya. Great. At the time, that was an awesome rivalry. Shinya winning the belt back. Zhong Jingnan beating Angela Lee was a huge shock. Angela going up for strawweight belt, failing the knockout in the 5th round. Crazy fight. Ongla smashing Ken Hasegawa in their rematch. Kevin Bellingon, Bibby, there was drama in that one with the red card. Bibby got a DQ win. Yuya and DJ, that was DJ's debut, and he struggled in the 1st round. I remember everyone was shocked. Still won. Eddie Alvarez getting knocked out in his debut by Tim Nasty Yukin. Andy Sauber, Yodseng Klai was a fun banger. It does the undercard stack up. Reese McLaren and Kairat. And Danny and Senzo Ikeda. Rodtang on the undercard. Crazy. Hiroki Akimoto, Lasiri. That's a banger in theory. So Mei Yamaguchi. Gary Tonin. I remember Gary Tonin. I think that was his debut. That was crazy. Might not have been his debut. No, I don't think it was his debut. It was the first time I saw him fighting one, but he destroyed poor old Anthony Engelin. I think he had his phone in his back pocket. There were memes at the time. You could see his phone in his shorts or something.
Really? When he was fighting?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Right.
Yeah, I asked him about that. I can't remember what he said, but yeah, that was a pretty good card. Some random fights on the undercard, but for feel and everything, it was, for me, hard to beat that. This one could be it. Long-winded answer. This could be the best card ever. 1-1-7-3, guys.
I was living in Sydney. I was in Sydney.
When did you start? Because I think it was 2023.
I started this from a full-time basis in June, July 2021. And then my first fighter on one was Chris Shaw, who fought Kuzman a year later, and then Liam fought Nongo. That was like my first big introduction to one, when Liam fought Nongo a year later. 2022.
And look where we are now. Yeah.
That was the and Savas for, he's meant to be fighting Rodtang. Rodtang pulled out. And then he fought Pamplona.
Well, it's come a long way. Just for posterity's sake, is that the right word, right phrase? 1X. I want to see if this was as good as I remembered. I think this one was. Angela Lee and Stamp. That was great. Rodtang DJ. Oh, legendary fight. This fight made Rodtang, I think, in the eyes of American fans. Adriano Yuya, a bit of a damp squib, that one, but Yuya obviously won the rematch recently and is now the champ. Shinya and Yoshihiro Akiyama, that was a fun one, a shock.
I didn't realize he fought Muay Thai for young.
Yeah, he did a random Muay Thai fight with John Minbar.
A random one, there.
I think they were trying to like get John Minbar a winnable fight because it was his last fight and his hip had gone and everything. He was kind of very old, and I think they wanted him to have a nice way to go out, but he was so sad after it because I think he could have won the fight, but Falaying did just enough. I think first 2 rounds, but John made a great comeback in the final round. But a little random that one was. Superbon and Gregorian, that was great. The featherweight belt. Nongo Starch Lobo, I remember in that one. Uppercut. Pet Yindi, Capitan versus Hiroki Akimoto. That was an awesome fight. Akimoto won the belt. Ham and Denise rematch wasn't thrilling. I'll be honest, but drama from the first fight sort of carried over into the build-up. Itsuki and Jihin, a shock win there for Jihin. Tankai knocking out Kim Jae-hoon. This is just great card. Yeah, Chingers and Sitichai. Derrida Galvao grappling match. Nikki Holskin Sinsumet. Yes, but knocked out Nikki. That was crazy. Loman, Shoko Sato, Mayada, Alito. These were all great fights. Amir Khan, Ryogo Takahashi. I enjoyed that too. There was some referee drama there. I remember Kang Ji-won, Paul Elliott. There's a nice knockout there.
Shame Nikki isn't on the Japan card.
Yeah, I thought he might sneak on it.
Yeah.
I think Alexis Nicholas wanted Nikki in Japan. I thought that would have been great, but they ended up releasing Alexis Nicholas. So, yeah, I would say this card might be the one to beat for 1173. So let's see if it can. This is the event that brought me back to combat sports. 1X, says Sean James. Wow. Yeah, I think I have a few friends who got into One Championship because of this show, because it was right in the pandemic as well. And I think a lot of people were fed up with everything. And this was the first event I went to after COVID had struck. So I had about 2 years of no events. And then I went to this one, or a year and a half. This was, a great moment for me as well. So I personally got feelings for this card. It's going to be tough for 1173 to beat it. But let's see. All right, that'll do, Pig. That'll do. Pete, anything you want to say? Where can people find you?
Probably the main place to get me on Instagram, condition.nutrition. Probably the only Condition Nutrition if you search me.
Yeah. I forgot to put our names on here. Sorry. So I've just added it now. If you want to find Pete, that is where to get him. His handle is the same, I think, on social.
Be a bit of content going out for Japan, so people want to tune in and see some behind the scenes stuff. We're going to get some behind the scenes stuff. How these guys make weight, what they eat. So yeah, if you're interested, give me a page a follow.
Yes. I'm glad someone got that reference. That's Barbara Crane. You remember Babe, the pig?
Yeah, I don't remember the film, but I do remember,
Yeah. So I said, that'll do, pig, that'll do. I don't know why that was in my head.
The movie for some reason when you said that.
No, it was Babe, the pig. I was actually telling my miss.
I thought that was off the Simpsons movie for some reason. Do you know when the
pig probably was.
Do you know the Simpsons movie with the pig on the scene?
Maybe they parried it. Yes, everyone have a good day. Sean James says, I echo that sentiment. Also a book. Yeah, I think it's a book. It may have been a book first. Might warrant a rewatch from me after this. Okay, we're out of here, guys. Thanks for watching. And yeah, we got Friday fights, face-offs tomorrow, I want to say. I don't know what day it is, honestly. I think it's Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? No, it's Tuesday. All right, so there will not be face-offs tomorrow. It'll be in 2 days' time. So I'll see. Maybe I'll be back tomorrow with a show if I can line up someone. Thanks for the show. as well. Thanks for watching, everyone, and yeah, have a good one.